the suspect in the execution-style killing of UnitedHealth CEO Brian Thompson, there he is, will be arraigned in New York City tomorrow. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione is facing first-degree murder and terrorism charges, state and federal charges. But the far left still supports him. Saturday Night Live made jokes about Mangione last night. Just listen to how the crowd reacted.
Luigi Mangione dropped. Yeah, definitely woo. You're wooing for justice, right? Luigi Mangione dropped his extradition fight and was flown from Pennsylvania to New York to face multiple charges. In related news, Bumble exploded.
Luigi Mangione has been placed in the same federal prison as Sean Combs. Said Combs, Christmas came early.
All righty, in a shocking new poll, none of this is worth laughing at. 41% of 18 to 29-year-olds find the killing of Thompson to be acceptable. You know, Molly, we've been discussing, and I have a column at amac.us discussing this, the bizarre turn here with people supporting Luigi or loving him. It reminded me at first of the Boston bomber being on the cover of Rolling Stone. Yeah. What's your sense of when there might have been a turning point?
Yeah, and that perhaps was the turning point, was when Joe Tsarnaev was on the cover of Rolling Stone, which is only a few months after the Boston Marathon bombing, which had been in April, and the Rolling Stone cover was the very beginning of August. And I think the difference is there was a lot of outrage in Boston over this very glowy front page. It was pulled from stores. The mayor in Boston said that this reaffirms a terrible message that destruction gains fame for killers and their causes. So I don't feel like it had the same. I don't know if that's happening here in New York and with young people broadly across the country, because this feels like a very national story because of the big manhunt. And this Perp Walk didn't help it. It seemed like a movie glorification almost in a way.
Yeah, like everyone's kind of trapped in it. Jason, we have to ask, what has changed, if something has, with this kind of moral relativism, this death of right and wrong, or the glorification of violence and murder?
He's accused of first-degree murder. I mean, if true, I mean, we saw the video, and it's so dehumanizing to say, oh, this is acceptable in any way, shape, or form. This person was murdered. He had a wife. He had kids. He had a family. Nobody deserves to be shot and killed. Based on your looks, it's okay? I mean, it's absurd. It is scary to me that somehow the younger generation is not able to distinguish the difference between, say, a video game and the reality in the real life of somebody being killed. Maybe they could go overseas and see somebody who really, in war get killed, and maybe they'd have a different attitude. But this is disgusting. And to make light of it, come on, Saturday Night Live, you're better than that.
And David, we've seen over at least 5 years, perhaps 10, but certainly targeting Trump, this dehumanizing of people with whom you disagree. That we've moved to such a point where if you have sole possession of the truth, as the left believes, then people who disagree with you must be evil, and murder becomes one of the tools in the box.
It becomes acceptable as they would like to promote it. One, I do disagree with the poll, because look, if you go around this country, I don't think most young people are there. Sadly, it carries a bigger megaphone. To the point about the Tsarnaev brothers and what happened with that cover, when you look at this in the eyes of some of the NYPD folks that I know, a guy charged with murder, brought back from Pennsylvania, would have been thrown in the back of an SUV and driven to New York City. He got the rock star perp walk for whatever. And then you have Alvin Bragg, who, by the way, overcharges. Not a new thing for him. So now a lot of legal scholars and experts are saying, what's going on here? He's being given outsized appeal in that way, which fuels the fundraising and look, it's perverted. It is perverted, Tammy, that people would look at murder this way. And to your point, if they've normalized this, we have a problem within a segment of the population. That's another thing that needs to die in our culture.
I do think it's the political rhetoric that has taken us to this point that was so extreme, and it can be turned around, I'm convinced. All right, thank you, everybody.
Hi, everyone, I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.